Howdy, music fans. Thanks for tuning in. I promised in some of my last videos that I would eventually do another Bear Family video, and that is today. I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to do the Bakersfield Sound box set, and I'm going to do this box that came in the mail yesterday. But look what happened in the mail. Good gravy. I hope all the CDs are okay. So recently across my Facebook feed, I saw some company, MVD or MVP or something, that was selling all their Bear Family titles, or almost all their Bear Family titles, at 50% off, I think, half price. So I jumped on it and I scrolled through everything they had, and these are the items I chose. I think I got about 10 maybe. All singles and a couple of doubles, as you can tell in the box sets, obviously. If you know Bear Family, their box sets are ginormous. So, we'll see what we got here. Go through it, and I will show it to you. So this is not just a Bear Family, but it's also an unboxing video. If I can ever get the box open. Maybe it won't be unboxing. Oh, there we go. Okay. And it looks like I'm opening from a good angle, okay, because I can see spines. CD spines. There we are. That's everything. Okay, on to the box set. No, just kidding. All right, let's see what we got in here. One of the first things I noticed before, I went over this over a weekend, over a few days, or a couple days before the deadline ended, and one of the first things I noticed was they had all the David Allan Coe, 2 CDs, 2 albums on 1 CD, and I have all of them except for, I believe, these 2 that I found up there. So this is Rough Rider with DAC. I guess that stands for David Allan Coe. It looks a little familiar, but I'm pretty positive I double and triple checked everything and made sure that I didn't buy anything I already had. So these are the 2 of these Bear Family David Allan Coe double albums on 1 CD sets that I don't have. I've got probably 6 or 8 others. I don't know. They did a bunch of them. I assume it's all of his albums up to a certain point, because I certainly have a bunch of David Allan Coe from later in his career. I do not have any of the underground stuff, nor do I want it. So anyway, that's that. I'm not going to open all these and go through every little bit of them. I will do that with the box set, but you know Bear Families does great stuff. Even with their singles, they do these great booklets. If you're watching this, you probably know that. And if you're watching this, you probably know that I listen to everything ahead of time. I sample stuff online before I buy stuff. And so this guy, Leroy Pullins, I'm a nut, is a little bit of a kind of Roger Miller-ish guy, which you might be able to just tell from the title. But I don't know if he's as corny, although I do like Roger Miller quite a bit. Not just his silly, goofy stuff, but he's got a lot of great stuff. But I listened to this online, and I was like, this is really great music. It's good country, you know. So this was another one I bought. Most of these were about, I don't know, $9 or $10, I think, somewhere around there. Because, you know, if you know, Bear Family singles are usually around $20. Sometimes they go in a store and they're like 11 used, but I don't remember what all these cost, but I think they're around 10 or a little less, and there might be a couple that are a little more. Then this one, Cifer, and the Hellions, Rockville Revelation. I oftentimes talk about my thoughts on rockabilly and the rockabilly I like and the rockabilly I don't like. Not often, but sometimes it comes up. And these guys I listen to online, and I really dug them. They're much more rock and roll than rockabilly, so I thought I would get this one as well. Cifer, I guess that's a take on Lucifer, if you didn't catch that. And the Rockville Revelation. So anyway, all of this stuff is available to listen to on their website, to sample pretty long samples. They're over 30 seconds, I think. So if you want to check anything out, you can. They're probably on iTunes as well. All right, next one. Oh yeah, One Long Saturday Night Plus. by BR549. If you don't know these guys, they're a pretty great kind of hillbilly country rock and roll rockabilly band. They broke out in Nashville in the mid-90s, I think. They played Roberts a lot. If you're familiar with the Nashville, I mean, Roberts has been around a long time, but it's a bar on the Nashville, on Broadway. And these guys, I like pretty much everything they've done, so I saw this one that I didn't have, and I bought it. So it's a live one. They have a few live ones. I think that's the third one. And then this is very interesting. Jamaica Johnny and his Milagro boys, Trinidad, the land of Calypso. I don't know if I've done any reggae videos. Yeah, sure I have. I've done Toots and the Maytals, and I've probably done Jimmy Cliff, I think. But I listened to a bunch of this and just loved it. I just thought it was fantastic. And so I got it. And this is one of the double CDs. A lot of stuff on there. I don't think it's a compilation, is it? I think it's, it's all the same dude, or dude in his band. And just very festive, very danceable, very fun, really upbeat, really rocking stuff. I really, really dug what I was listening to, and so I got this one as well. What else we got in here? This one, Etta James. I like Etta James to a degree, but I listened to this, and boy, it was kick ass. They sometimes do, Bear Family sometimes does one-off CDs of the rock, a collection called Rocks. Well, there it is right there, Etta James Rocks. And they just try to kind of cherry pick rockin' tunes by that artist. And some of those CDs are just great. They've done them on lots and lots of artists. George Jones, they've done one on. I think Eddie Cochran, Gene Vincent, Carl Perkins, lots and lots of people. And I have an Etta James, a double CD, a collection that I got from the library a long time ago on their, one of their sales where all the CDs are like $1 or whatever. But I listened to this and I also compared the set list on this, the track listing on this, to the one I have, and there's hardly any repeat. And this is just, like I say, rocking. So I got it. Another double CD. And then I got On the Honky Tonk Highway with Jeannie C. Riley. I am actually selling a Jeannie C. Riley CD in my pile that's sitting in front of me. And I have a big video on a few videos back, maybe a bunch of videos now, where I'm selling a bunch of CDs. And I'm selling my CD of her, which I do like. But I thought I wanted a little bit bigger collection of her stuff and more rockin' stuff. And so I listened to this, and it's, it's a Bear Family collection. So it's really, they picked the best. They picked the best. Not just Harper Valley PTA. Of course, that's on there, and I like that song. But there's lots of great stuff on here. And then what else? Some of this might be a surprise to me. Oh, yeah, I didn't remember this one. I've never been a big Roy Orbison fan. Okay, I know, like, I'm a Traveling Wilburys fan, and I know every one of the Traveling Wilburys worshipped Roy Orbison and his voice, and I like him. Okay, I've never been a fan. When I got into rock and roll, it was Chuck Berry, and then Jerry Lee Lewis, and then Little Richard, and that was that. Aside from the Rolling Stones and all the 60s and later stuff. But again, I saw this Roy Rocks. And I saw a TV show recently with one of his songs on it that I really liked a lot. I think it was Working for the Man. Yes, that's what it was called. And I wanted to make sure I got that. And it is on here. And it's, again, just a great collection of rock and roll, rockin' stuff by Roy Orbison. So I am looking forward to that. And I've now got that song, Working for the Man, which I really dug on that TV show. Oh, yes, another one, Don Gibson. I don't have any Don Gibson, who did the one that Neil Young covered. Oh, God, now I got to look it up. I can't think of it. Oh, Lonesome Me. I don't actually see it on there. I just remembered it. Oh, Lonesome Me was a big one. Yeah, there it is. And I forget some of his other big ones, but they put out a rockin' one. Don Gibson Rocks. Don Rocks. So, and again, I sampled it online and I liked it, and so now I have it. A one-off of Don Gibson's most rockin' tunes, because he definitely was much more of a country artist in his career overall. And this is the last one, and this is another double CD, And this is Hank Shizzoe and Loose Gravel, not why I bought it, with Sonny Landreth. That's why I bought it. In concert, and not only, I mean, I listened, like again, I sampled it first, and I really dug it. Really rocking stuff. It's a live album, and it's just, you know, I don't know if you know Sonny Landreth, but he's probably the most amazing slide player ever. Just in his intricacies and his different, just very different playing, yet he can still play all the Delta blues and everything else under the sun. He's an amazing player. Played a lot with John Hyatt, was part of the Goners, John Hyatt and the Goners, and he's got a bunch of his own albums, all of, I think, which I have, or a bunch of them, and he's just fantastic. So I got those. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and how many were doubles? And this was around $107, I think, something like that. Yeah, one double, 2 double, maybe just 2 doubles. I thought there was more. Okay, 2 doubles, 11 titles altogether, and 2 doubles. So for $107, but the point is, it's Bear Family. So normally, if I would have gotten these, they would have been well over $200. Getting them all together like that. So that is the unboxing, and now we'll go to the Bear Family, the Bakersfield Sound, which I have not listened to yet. Again, I've sampled a bunch of it. I knew I wanted it. I saw it at my local record store, Silver Platters, down in Georgetown, for $124 used. Couldn't find it anywhere close to that price online. And then I got a $50 gift card from one of my students' parents. And I also had like a $5 coupon or whatever. So I got $55 off, and I was also returning something. So I got, you know, another $7 or $8. I got like $60 off it. Not really with the return. But point is, I did not pay $124 for it. Paid around $70 or $75. So it is heavy. It is really heavy. This is the Bakersfield Sound, and like I say, I've sampled a lot of it on their website. Gorgeous set, and I did not. It's from 1940 to 1974, and of course, it has lots of Merle Haggard and Buck Owens, which is not why I bought it, because I have tons of Buck Owens and Merle Haggard. This is how thick this thing is. That's how heavy it is. The book is ginormous. So let's go through it. I believe, if I remember correctly, there's a little certificate thing. I'm not going to get that off the floor. I believe it's a 10 CD set, but I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. And they put this in here, the Art of the Bear Family box set, little promo catalog type thing. And Bear Family box sets, if you know, you know, and they are just fantastic. And I've done a bunch of videos on them in the past. But here is the book. Look at that. I mean, you can probably just tell that's a hefty, hefty book filled with tons and tons of information on the Bakersfield Sound, on every artist, on every track. They are just so ridiculously thorough. Beautiful photos, lots of great text, lots of introductions to people you may have never heard of, and maybe you're then off on a journey to find all of that artist's music, you know. So many things to discover in this box set, so many artists I don't know and never heard before, and I'm really excited to listen to and hear now. But look at that, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous. Being real careful because it is a heavy book, easy to drop, I'm sure. There we go, and that's when we're getting into so many of the artists and what's in the set. Anyway, so that's just a little peruse of the book. There's the back, front, just like the front of the box set cover. Okay, and here's how a lot of these box sets look. Some of them, I don't know about a lot, but I have some that are like this. Beautiful picture inside, and you take out the CDs, they're part of the picture. So this one, where's the take? Oh, it's just got a little edge there. And so this is CDs, discs 1 and 2. Okay, and that's how it goes all the way down into the bottom. So discs 1 and 2, not too much going on there. just because I did it all in the book, but tons and tons and tons of stuff on each CD. I mean, oftentimes there's, more than 20 songs on these CDs. Okay, and then this is discs. These are discs 3 and 4. Again, part of the picture. I think they all look about the same. The inside tray might have different pictures. This one, it looks like, yeah, I'll show you one of them at least. The inside tray just showing the Welcome to Bakersfield sign, excuse me. All right, so that is discs 3 and 4. I will look at another one just enough to see if they are different. Then that has little thumb holes, discs 5 and 6 there, and a tremendous amount of songs. And no, it looks like it's exactly the same background, so I'm guessing it's the same on 1 and 2 also. And then this is 7 and 8 here. Yep, same thing on the inside. Discs all look the same. Track listing is very simple and the same. And then, so when you get those out, you get down to this here, and you got this thick cardboard. I don't know if you can see that coming up here. Actually, I can take it out. It's got the little divot down there to pull CDs out of. And then so does this one. There's a little hole to put your finger in and pull the CD out. And then it's the same picture, of course, because they just do such an amazing professional job. Don't know if I've ever seen a typo. And this is CDs 9 and 10, so it is 2 more. Looks like one of them has not a ton of stuff, or not a ton of artists. Let's see, it looks like it's recorded live at Toys for Tots, December 1973, and Buck Owens and the Buckaroos and a bunch of other people. And then, and then a live radio broadcast. So who knows how many tracks are actually on that last disc, but there is a bunch of stuff, and it's interesting stuff probably because it's live and radio shows from the 50s or whatever it is. So anyway, yeah, this box set is from 1940 to 1974. 10 CDs, an amazing booklet, and if you can find it at a decent price, $150 or less, you're probably doing well. So I'm going to put it all back together, and I'm looking forward to digging into this. I did buy it a little while ago, a few weeks ago maybe, but I have not dug into it because I buy so much music, as you can see. Hey, check out my video from way back with now about not 500 CDs for sale, but about 400 CDs for sale. Yeah, lots of really good stuff in there because I'm just trying to make a little room for more CDs and just make a little room in general. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a good day.